Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where we at?
Industries most wanted.
I keep telling y'all the big one, not the little one. And speaking of the big one, I got my big homie, my bro, IL Boi, checking in. What is going on, family? How you doing?
Hey, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Hey, doing good, man. Listen, when you and I come together, it's always a vibe. It's always a pleasure to have you on here tonight. We've had multiple interviews, and I feel like each one gets better and better and better, right?
Right on, for sure.
So before we get into it, get started, give us a very, very brief introduction of IL Boi because I've got a lot of questions I'm gonna ask you tonight.
Okay, most definitely. IL Boi, hip hop artist out the Midwest. Been navigating through this thing for a few years, and yeah, man, just putting out quality music.
That's what I'm talking about. You definitely do put out that quality music. So I want to take it back ever so slightly. Again, people who haven't, heard about your journey. You grew up in Freeport, Illinois. Where on the map is Freeport, Illinois?
It's probably like a couple hours away from Chicago, maybe like north. Don't give me the line, like north, maybe. It's not far. It's not far from the city. I wouldn't even consider it a suburb. It's a small town, but yeah, 24,000 small.
Okay, most definitely. Do you get back there often?
Yeah, right now, my mom's been having a lot of different health issues, so we've been back and forth trying to help her out. So yeah,
Yeah. I do remember you saying me that, and definitely, prayers up to her that everything, works itself out, that, she gets back to 100%, definitely. There's something about moms. We need our mom to be 100%, right?
right on, right on. I appreciate that, and yeah, we definitely need her.
Yes, 100%. So you're now based in the Rockford area.
Yeah.
Was music a passion for you in Freeport or did it start in Rockford?
Freeport, it's just that's where I'm from, so it's always been a passion. Always something that I enjoy doing. Like I said, just a kid on the playground, remembering all the words of Biggie, Tupac. Just like my favorite artists. So yeah, always been that person.
I'm sorry, I was waving to someone on Instagram Live. You keep. I don't want to interrupt you. Shout out to Simi Sinatra checking on IG Live. But nah, that is really, really dope. I love hearing how people get started because everybody really has their own journey of how they got started. Some of them may be similar, but everybody's journey is their own. So, obviously you're born and raised in Illinois, but what really inspired the name IL Boi and how does it reflect the identity of who you are as an artist?
I had a friend who was semi-serious about hip hop, and he kind of played around with the name. Then I started playing around with the name, and I just started running with it. And IL Boi just defines as a just a dope artist, but also just representing Illinois, being proud of where I'm from, and trying to make sure I answered the whole question. Did I answer everything?
Really my second part was it to like, how does it reflect as your identity as an artist? And like, you pretty much answered that, like you represent where you from.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The ill is just I'm sick with the rhymes and just representing the Midwest. So yeah.
Absolutely. I was going to say it could really go both ways because you are ill with it. You know what I'm saying? But you also from Illinois. So it represents, definitely 100%. So we're not going to check out the single yet, but I do want to talk about it. You got this new record, your current single called I'm the Best, which to me makes a very bold statement. And I love that. We like bold statements, right? What inspired this track and what message are you sending out to the world through it?
We lost each
Oh,
other for a minute.
I'll repeat the question. So, your current single is called I'm the Best. What inspired the track and what message are you sending out to the world with it?
Well, it was just one of those records. It was like a pre-recorded verse, so it was just pretty dope the way the producer had already, put it together. So shout out to Tone Jones, and you didn't really need much motivation when you hear that hook. It's just a catchy hook. It's a banger, and I just want to let people know I'm on top of my craft and I'm the best. It's safe for itself. I'm the best.
Definitely, absolutely. Listen, I feel like we got to have that what is the word? The confidence. And you exude that through your music is that confidence.
Right on, right on. Man, I just keep getting good flowers from you and other, radio people. So that definitely keep me going when y'all be saying the music is good and the fans and it's good. So yeah,
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about is keeping the right people around you, not a bunch of yes men but people are going to keep it G. Like one thing about me, I keep it extremely real with people to the point where sometimes not intentionally, but I hurt their feelings. And I don't at all try to do it. It's just some people are sensitive and they can't handle the realness. So again, shout out to everybody tuned in, checked in. Shout out to NLB Nut over there on Instagram. Appreciate you tuned in. If you're on Twitch, one of the two Facebook pages, YouTube or Instagram, shout out to everybody tuned in. We got IL Boi checking in tonight. This is probably about our 85th interview we've done.
Vlad and Boosie combo, you know what I'm saying? It's that Vlad and Boosie combo.
It's that Vlad and Boosie combo, like for real, for real. I feel like we've done this so much, and like I said early on, each time it just gets better and better because the chemistry is there.
Right on, right on.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this latest project. I don't rap like y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it. I don't rap like y'all. That's the name of the album, bro. So what does the title mean to you?
I just want to separate myself from other artists. I know I think we still may be in the mumble area and the mumble era, excuse me. And I just feel like I got a unique sound, I got a unique voice, and I don't want to mimic what everybody else doing. I just want to come out with my records, what I'm trying to get across and how I'm coming. So I just really feel like it's a unique project, and I don't rap like y'all. It also speaks for itself.
100%. How long did it take from idea to finish when you first came up with the idea for this project to when you finalized it?
I would just say it's just going to the studio and recording different records and then kind of figuring out like that texture of like what flows with the title, like, so some records don't make it, some records making it, and just and then just trying to put them in the exact order to just really give people like a vibe. So that's the type of time I be on when I be putting these projects and albums together. So
Did you work with the same producer throughout the entire project?
no, I was able to use some different producers. I tend to do that a lot. Shout out to Hardcore Beast though. He's been one of my main producers, and I definitely used him and just using the production because I got Twister on there. If y'all ain't know it, I had Twister on there, Project Pat on the project. So I was using those beats and those resources from that vendor, and we put it all together. And I think it's a real nice project.
Absolutely. And we're actually approaching the 1 year mark from when it was released because it came out, looks like August 16th, which we're 10 days away from that. Would you say that it did as well in the first year that you anticipated it to do?
I think it did well early on, but I think artists we need to continue to put fire to gasoline and just keep pushing it and keep putting it out there. So I definitely think it still has room for growth. It still has more eyes and ears for people to hear and see it, and it's a part of my catalog, and the body of work is there, and people gonna continue to hear about IL Boi. They'll find that I don't rap like y'all. So
Absolutely. And it's a great project too. Would you say that you approach putting a project together versus a single a little bit differently?
yeah, most definitely because when you had an album, you might. I know I try to do like 4 to 6 songs, and then after that, you need to lead in with a single from out of that project so you can get that project really out there to everybody. Where a single is, you can just focus solely on one record. So a project is definitely more delicate. It's definitely more work to it, and you definitely need to create more visuals and more stuff. You got to paint that picture for everybody now, with your content. So
Absolutely. Do you feel like the type of music that you're putting out is right on time with what people want to hear right now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I know Instagram and all the good social media stuff they put in front of you what you want to see. But I was just seeing a meme. This guy was talking like this is a crazy time in hip hop. If you think about it, it's always talked about as a young man's game. Where right now you're seeing some of the most successful artists are in their mid 30s to 40s, and they still are terrorizing the streets with the quality music, the radio stations, and it's kind of a unique time to be in the game. And it was a pretty dope perspective. Like, it's right. A lot of these guys that are older are, killing these younger artists, with the music. So
I believe I either seen that same post or I seen something similar because I seen somebody saying that all the really dope, successful artists are 30 plus right now. And I'm loving that. And it's no shade to the artists that are under 30. But my take was from that is that a lot of these artists under 30, they kind of have their own genre now. I wouldn't even necessarily categorize it as hip hop.
right, I don't know. Shout out to all the young people, but I'm an '80s baby. I ain't from this little weird world that we be living in now. So I'm really gravitating towards the Jay-Z's, the Jada Kisses, those artists that are still over their 30s. That, like I said, they still making great music. Like,
Yeah, most definitely. If you had to scan through your catalog of all the records you have out there, what do you feel like is one of the hardest bars or lyrics that you ever put out to the world?
the hardest bar that I ever put out. Um, you know, um, I have a fan that came out to one of my shows, and I did a song off $1 Million Dreams. It's called Talking. And obviously, I love all my music, but you want to give the fans what they want. So to kind of answer what you were saying, like every time I perform that song now, people are getting a reaction, and it's a line that I say is, "Don't watch me, watch Nick at night." And when my mentor said, it's always like the hook and maybe one or two lines that you can just keep people to resonate with. So yeah, that's one of them lines I feel like that's been pretty dope, and just getting a crowd response. So like I said, once I start getting a crowd response, start putting it on my set to really perform. So
Yeah. Did you ever release a record that you felt like was really going to take off, but it didn't quite get the attention that you anticipated it getting? And if so, what is it so we can put some spotlight on it?
hmm, um I think not necessarily a single, but when I came out with 519, I did that in 2019. I think it's still another really solid project, and people got to really dig back to listen to it and appreciate it. And just knowing what I know now, I had a lot of songs on there for more content and different things like that. So, I might have to go back to some of that.
No, fat, absolutely. And that's why I love doing stuff like this because there'll be people tuned in that maybe didn't know that that particular project existed. They know IL Boi right now. And, historically, you've put out great music. I know I say that all the time, but it's the truth. Like, I've never heard a bad IL Boi record ever. Like, nothing mediocre comes from you.
That's what I like, man. See, she keep me going, y'all. So I got to keep making the music, and I hope you like that.
Keep being great, most definitely. So, how would you, if you had to put it in words and describe the growth of you as an artist since your first release, like how would you describe that?
All over the place. Just learning, about the music, learning, more better recording processes, learning how to market, learning how to, put yourself out there, learning how to travel. It's a lot, and each lane is different, and it requires a certain type of attention and detail. So it's tough trying to juggle it all.
Right. Having work life balance can be difficult sometimes because you're married and it's like in you have work to do, you got music to do. Like there's so many things that come into play that it's like we only got 24 hours a day. We got to use them 24 wisely, right?
Right. And then it's even a step further of just like the process and how you want to do your process, because there's so much knowledge out there and there's so much information out there. and this person over here giving you good information, this person giving you good information, and you gotta tune people out and just kind of focus on like one person and some of the information that you're getting, because it'll fry your brain for sure.
Absolutely. Have you ever struggled with that in the aspect of people like thought, oh, he's being standoffish or this or that? Because we do sometimes have to cut people off, and it's not anything personal. It's just we're handling business right now. Right now, I got to focus on me and what I'm doing. Has that ever been an issue for you with the people around you?
Oh yeah, in the past it definitely had, and then it caused a little friction, and then you get to hearing people saying certain things, and then it's like, okay, well, we actually didn't have an issue with each other, but I guess deep down you must really had an issue with me, because now you're saying XYZ, and it really wasn't that. Like, it really wasn't. But for some people, just run with it, and think that they had an agenda or you had an agenda with them, and it'll teach you about some people.
No, that is absolute facts because I said that recently, if we've been cool all along and then suddenly you got an issue with me, that lets me know you've always had animosity towards me.
Right.
Can't convince me no different. That's okay. God separates the people that ain't supposed to be on our journey anyway, right?
He most definitely do, and he'll do it in a crazy way, and you'll be thinking that that person's supposed to be a part of your journey, and it was just a part of a chapter.
Yeah, it's like, peace out. I don't need you anyway. The deuces. So you're opening for Bronze Nazareth, who's affiliated with Wu Tang. How did that opportunity come about, and what does it mean to you?
It's just dope to add to my showcase another mainstream artist who's had success in this business, who's traveling, who's touring, and I get to be a part of that stop. So that's really dope. And the opportunity came from just networking in that area and continuing to find out more people in the Madison area. So shout out to Madison, Wisconsin. It's a dope area. It's an opportunity to showcase myself in front of more people and chill with the homie Bronze.
When is the show? And congratulations on that. That's a major move. When is the show taking place?
August 16th. August 16th.
Okay. Ironically, that's the 1 year anniversary date for your album. So great way to celebrate it.
Hey, and I'm about to add something to my set now that you said that, man. You just gave me some
Yeah,
motivation.
you gotta add something from the album. That's the 1 year anniversary. Pop your ish, and listen, we gotta celebrate those type of things, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been doing this a long time, and I was thinking too, you've been doing music a long time, but really professionally for about 6 years now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it just seems like it's been so much longer than that. I feel like because I feel like I've known you for so long, it just seems like that you've been doing this professionally forever,
Right. Well, like I told you, I thought I was until I found out, how things really work, and just being open to another side of the business. But you couldn't tell me nothing back in the day. I thought I was.
With that being said, like, what is a hard reality, a hard truth that you learned? Because a lot of times artists don't have all their business together and then they find out, oh, I got to do this, this, and this. What was one of those hard truths that you've learned?
The hard truth is just finding out what you didn't know, finding out different things that you needed to have registered properly with your records. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Your bank account, your statements, what I'm saying, the money that you're getting, it's tough when you're not making money, you're not seeing a return on these things. And some artists may think they're bigger or doing more than what they was, but if you can't generate any money, if you can't generate nobody to come to your shows or buy any tickets, any merch, then almost kind of looking like a hobbyist. So I done made a little money. I didn't be able to do some shows. We're just trying to figure out how we can do it on a more consistent level and how we could, just get that dollar amount up, So
Right.
I think we passed the hobbyist stage though. So
No, you definitely passed that. Wanted to take a quick second to shout out everybody over on Facebook. We're live streaming on 2 Facebook pages. We're live streaming on YouTube. We're live streaming on Twitch, and we're live streaming on Instagram. So we got people popping in from multiple different platforms. So shout out to everybody tuned in, checked in. This is my homie IL Boi. He and I go way, way, way back. We've been friends and business associates for a very long time. So his Instagram is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So make sure you guys tap in with him. He's out here working. He's got new music. So you've done 6 shows already in 2025. We're just past halfway through the year, which, you know, that's a lot because there's some people who haven't done any performances this year. You've done 6 already. You're about to do the 7th one with this big show coming up. How do you keep your stage presence fresh, like with doing a fairly good amount of shows each year?
Just getting the content and then just, you know, assessing yourself, looking at it, paying attention, you know, watching the crowd, and, you know, within your own personal self, having goals on how you can just improve and how you can work the crowd and, you know, be that entertainer that when people come out, you know, they enjoy you. So
Yes, 100%. So this show that you got coming up, well, how long is your show set going to be?
I think I got a 15-minute set.
Woo!
So
Listen, that's a long time when you on that stage moving around and rapping and like, have you been doing your push-ups?
man, I'm trying to get it ready. You know, I just finished my football season, so I think I might be ready.
I seen that. I seen that. That is fire. So, I mean, that's great conditioning right there.
It is, man. My body's still beat up and sore from the championship, but just won a championship this past Saturday, and been playing semi-pro for 12 years, and a lot of haters and doubters in that little area too. So it feel good to kind of shut them up now too. So like now I got a championship, which I got to say.
Congratulations. Y'all clock that.
Hey, hey.
But yeah, I feel like people don't realize how long 15 minutes until you get up there and got to move around and rapping and takes a lot of breath control and you got to have your endurance up. Is this your longest show set you've done so far?
No, I think I did like a 25-minute set when I did IL Boi in Vegas, Southern Illinois. I did like a little mini tour cities, and they had a 25-minute set. But going back to what you said, 15 minutes is also long and can be nerve-wracking if you're in a new area and people don't like you and they're not feeling you and you got 15 minutes. Like, you know, like that can be traumatizing too. So
No, that is absolute facts. You're 100% right because essentially when you're opening up for an artist or performing on another artist's stage, they came to see that artist. So you got to make sure you're doing what you can to stay in tune with that crowd.
most definitely. In the first few minutes, you're going to know if they're rocking with you.
Absolutely. So another accomplishment this year is you charted on DRT, Digital Radio Tracker, Baby Mama's favorite rapper. How many weeks did you chart with DRT?
Man, I think I'm still currently charting. I checked a few weeks ago, and I would say at least 10 plus weeks of, you know, being on the charts, and it was just dope to get the analytics. It was dope to get the plaque, and
Yeah, where's the plaque at, bro? Where's the plaque?
we got the plaque. We got
You got, come on now, you got to pop your ish.
the plaque. We got the plaque right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's beautiful, bro. That is beautiful. You earned that. You deserve that. Look at you.
Yeah, so that was dope, man. You know, being company with a couple spots up with Tommy Richmond, $1 million baby. Yeah, so that's nice company to be in front of. So yeah.
That's hard. That is hard. So 10 weeks, potentially more, still in the running. Man, that is beautiful right there. We have a question that came in over on Facebook. Do you mind answering questions that come in okay. He asked, do you get nervous before hitting the stage?
Oh yeah. Last year, the biggest one I was nervous about was the Plies festival that I did in August. You know, I did it a bunch of times, and then, you know, they in the back and they breaking it down, who gonna go first, and then, you know, you kind of at the top, and I'm just like, okay, man, I'm getting ready to go out here, and yeah, the answer there, yeah, I definitely do get nervous sometimes, but just getting on the stage and then getting that bop from the crowd, that settled the nerves down.
Exactly, because like you said, you don't know what to expect when it could be a tough crowd. So I could see it being nerve wracking, because I know even when I do events, if I have to host or if I'm out there doing media, man, my nerves are like bundled up before I start because I'm like, I don't know what to expect. Are they going to perceive me good? So I get it. That's dope though. I'm glad that once you get out there, you kind of like push all that to the side.
Yeah, man, I was nervous at a couple of your shows too, because I'm like, man, I got some real good pop one time at your show, and then I did the same song again, and it's like I got some pop, but it wasn't like that first one. So I was like,
It depends on the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a little different in how they receive stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say often we can't please everybody, nor should we try to, because
right on.
we just got to keep doing what we do and enjoy what we do. So outside of music, you've also, well, it's kind of still in music, I guess you could say, but outside of your personal music, you've been into curating your own shows. Let's talk about that. How do those ventures feed into your own artistry?
Just give me an opportunity to network with the DJs, bar vendors, event places, and it just teach you a lot about small business. It teach you about organization, all of that good stuff, and it teach you a lot about these artists too. I learned a lot of these artists and they wants and desires and what they be on, and yeah, yeah,
Gives you an entirely different perspective, right?
most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. And I feel you because I curated and did artist showcases for about 13 years. I just retired from it at the end of last year. I don't think I'm going to do anymore because I've just did it for so long. And man, there was a point in time where I was doing it twice a week. Like,
We're gonna get you out of retirement. We're gonna do a big show in Atlanta and have
yeah,
like
I was
Tampa.
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe me and Bigga could maybe do like one big one once a year or something, but the whole weekly, even monthly thing, yeah, that's out the window. Like I don't even quarterly, I don't even want to do it that much. I don't know. I just are you going to be doing more? Are you doing more?
I'm gonna definitely do some more. I had to take a step back from it too, man, because it's draining, and these artists do not appreciate what you got going on. They don't appreciate the things that you're trying to bring to the table, and everybody is not a professional, and everybody is not going to do as you need them to do. And if you got a show with 10 artists, you're dealing with 10 different personalities, and it's really something else. Like,
That is facts. And I'm so glad that people are hearing it from an artist perspective because I can say that stuff and then they think I'm just being mean or I'm being a bitch or whatever. No, like even with what I do now, I do 50 plus interviews a month, right? That's a lot. I dare anybody to say they outworking me because they not. I'm popping my ears real quick.
right.
But imagine sitting down, whether it's like this or face to face. Most of my interviews are face to face. They come to my studio with that many different energies. It's a lot. It's very draining.
It is. It is, especially if you don't like that person too. Like, man, I can't wait for this interview to get over. Come on.
There's been a couple times that I've had to stop an interview and send them away. Not often. In my almost 15 years of doing this, I can count on one hand how many times I've had to do that, thank God. But there's been a couple where I'm like, I just can't do this. Can't do it. I'm not putting this content on my platform. Sorry, not sorry.
Right? Yeah. Like you said, everybody ain't a professional. Everybody ain't got clean work and good artwork and just all the things that you're supposed to do as an artist out here. Everybody ain't doing it. So
Yes. Another question from BK Just. Do you use the same approach of understanding a crowd to creating your music?
I think I took a little bit of that approach once I really started seeing that one particular fan liking that one record. So ever since then, I've been paying a lot more attention, and like I said, since then I just added that song to my set, and I realized people like, oh, you kind of popular-ish, you talking your little street stuff a little bit on there. So the answer, I guess, yes, I am.
So I want to just ever so slightly and quickly go back to the part about you curating your shows because we just talked about the challenges, right?
Yeah.
But what has been the rewarding part about that?
Just being able to get the content. People don't understand how valuable that is alone when you get the content because it's up to you to share this with the world, is share it to whoever you're trying to get it in front of. And that's just so valuable because we can create all this content and we can share it and we can give it to our people and we can find our own niche. So just the piece to be able to get the content. Obviously, I made some money off my show, so that's nice. And just being able to network with artists and DJs again, and you can't never beat just networking and getting in the room with somebody and just having a conversation.
100%. I tell artists all the time that don't do a lot of showcases, or maybe it's their first time. One of the most important things you got to do is break the ice. Before you get on that stage, go work the room. Introduce yourself to as many people as possible. Hey, what's going on? I'm IL Boi. I'm performing tonight. I hope you enjoyed my performance, because just that little bit of rapport that you can build with them, now you got a better shot of them actually paying attention to you when you get on stage. Oh, bro came over and talked to me. He was cool. Let me check out his performance, versus them sitting in the back smoking weed all night.
Right on, right on. Don't be afraid to talk to people and stop being in the corner with the people that you came with, and go talk to somebody you ain't talked to before.
Man, that is facts, because you never know who may be in that building that could enhance your career, change your life. You never know. Build them relationships.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you've mentioned having 2 records considered for the Madden video game soundtrack. Okay, congratulations. Like, to even be considered is an honor. But we're gonna manifest it. We're gonna take it to the next level to actually be placed. How did that opportunity come about?
Just continuing to network, continuing to be a presence on social media, and being able to find these people. Because I told people a lot of the times these celebrities and all these people that you're looking for, they really on Instagram and they really there just like us. So if you can approach them or you can talk to them or you can come with a business mindset, you might get that response. They might hit you back. So like I said again, just being able to find out who some of these people are and just being able to get in these rooms now is valuable because I just got to keep swinging and my name just got to keep coming across the desk.
Absolutely. As artists, if you want to get into what's called sync licensing, and some artists may not know what that is, that means getting your music in video games, getting your music in film, TV commercials, maybe a series, which that's that residual income. That's that money that's just going to come in while you're sleeping, right? You
Yeah.
have to either connect with what's called a music supervisor, because a music supervisor is the one who listens to your music and present it to get placed, or you got to go to a website like, for example, taxi.com. Taxi.com offers opportunities to get your music in film and video games. And IL Boi, I don't know, did I tell you about the music supervisor that I know here in Atlanta who's always looking for Madden and other games as well?
I don't know, but you need to see my way. So
I'm gonna send you his name is Oren Major. I'm not a gatekeeper. It's Oren Major. He's got placements on Netflix, Disney, of course with Madden. Like that's what he does. Is he's a music artist as well, but he's also a music supervisor. Super dope, very knowledgeable. So I'll make sure I give you his information to follow him on Instagram, because he'll post when he's looking for music for whatever particular game or movie that he's seeking.
okay, well me and him need to be best of buddies then.
Yeah, definitely. So, why do you think sync placements are becoming more important for independent artists?
Man, just because of the bag, I'm seeing the bag that you can get, and I'm seeing the exposure that you can get. For me to been able to have opportunity to get on Madden, this is a game that I played since I was a shorty. So
Yeah.
this is $1 million business, multi-million-dollar business that they dealing with here. So to get on these video games, to get on these Netflix shows, like it's big business, and they got to pay you right up front. It ain't this, you got to get 1,000 streams before you get a check. If they want your record, they're gonna pay you.
That is facts. And it's that, like I said, it's that money that'll come in while you sleep, and that residual money.
Most definitely, most definitely. So we're gonna keep swinging for the fences on those, and we're gonna manifest one of these opportunities.
100%. I want to again take a quick time to shout out everybody. Shout out to the homie AYN Shane checking in over there on Instagram. He and I got some work coming up. So definitely shout out to him. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We multi-stream on multiple platforms because we know not everybody uses the same platform. So we got the homie IL Boi checking in. We got two more audience questions for you. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you those. I'm going to bring them on the screen. How long did it take you to get to the point of setting up your own venue? So going back to, you curating your own shows, like, did it take you a while to find venues? Because I know that can be difficult.
I was able to luck out and just be able to get some opportunities to get some different things rolling, but it didn't take me long because it's like, man, I want to get myself out here and I want to do something. So I'm just the type of person that I'm not going to wait around for other people. I'm going to create the noise, and that's what I've been able to do with some of my shows, and all of them have been successful. And people are still talking about the different ones that I've done. So just getting yourself out there and not taking no for an answer, and getting in your own lane and doing you.
Absolutely. And this other one is, I think it's kind of more of it might be a statement or a question, and it's in regards to the sync licensing. He said that I heard that when you do that, they hold on to the catalog when you submit it to the library. And they do. I don't know if there's a period of time that they keep it in their catalogs. I would imagine it gets over flooded at some point in time. But the one thing I can tell you is they typically like unreleased music. So just know if you're going to submit a song, majority of the time they want something that's not out there on the digital platform. So if you're going to have it in the library, you may not be able to release that song to the world, or it may not qualify for your sync licensing.
Right on. And I would just tell you to, read the opportunities. All the information is there. Read, and read again. They're gonna tell you exactly what they're looking for and what they want. And sometimes I even have to slow down and just read. Just read what they're asking for.
That's crazy because you actually answered the next question I was going to ask you. You was in my head because I was going to ask you, what advice would you offer indie artists looking to break into sync licensing? And reading is fundamental, y'all.
Yes. And if you can't read, ask your computer to have you read. Ask the little chat. There's so many things out here if you can't read. So,
Yo, bruh, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love y'all independent artists, but a big majority of y'all don't read shit.
nope, they don't. They
And
don't.
it irks my soul. It grinds my gears. And then you wonder why I snap at you. Like, I'll have answered your question in this little bitty paragraph, and then you'll ask me the question. I'm like, bro, it's right there. That tells me you didn't read it, and it irritates me.
Yep, I know it. I know it. I did it a couple times too. Like I said, just slow down, pay attention to what you're trying to get into, and just be a student of it. I just keep soaking up more information and everything that I can about sync placement. So, if it's something that you want to do, man, just keep seeking knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Keep trying to get in the rooms with these people.
Absolutely, because reading the information that they send you could determine whether or not that is a good placement for you. Some people will just run with it because they're so thirsty for an opportunity, and then come to find out it wasn't the right situation, but you didn't take the time to read the fine details that were sent to you. So you can't blame anybody but yourself.
Absolutely. Yep, definitely. Just read.
Right. Reading is fundamental, y'all. So right now, where you are in the season of your career, or this phase of your career, what does success look like to you right now for IL Boi?
I think just being able to gain more fans, gain more emails, gain more traction with people, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like once that continues to take place, then the money, money isn't everything, but a guy like me, I've been around for a little bit, I've been doing my thing. We're trying to find out how we can duplicate our bag, you know what I'm saying, and how we can just really level this thing up. So um, just really trying to get to the people, I think, is success, because they are the ones who are going to determine if they like your music or not, or if they're going to rock with you. So there's a lot of people who've heard IL Boi, but there's a lot of people who haven't. So I got to continue to reach those people who haven't heard me, and find those ones who like them.
If IL Boi never made a dime off of this, would you still do it?
Man, yeah, I still do it because I was doing it before I made a dime. So yeah,
But listen, we trying to make a whole lot of dimes. Some big bags, big bags.
million, million
Yeah.
still.
Another question. Are you looking for artists to join your venues, meaning your events? And if so, how do artists get in touch? So, like for your next event that you plan, how do you typically put it out there that artists can come and perform at your events?
Well, a lot of the times I'll put out a filler. I'll just create a flyer at first and just, let people know if I got a DJ involved, where the venue's gonna be, how many artists I'm looking for, and then, I normally tell them they can DM me or and they can get a hold of me that way, and I pretty much go that way.
Perfect. So basically, follow him on Instagram. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and any events that he's going to have coming up, it'll be posted on IG, and then you can go from there.
Most definitely, most definitely.
So, who are some artists, IL Boi, past or present, that inspire you and maybe influence how you hustle in this industry?
I definitely like La Russell and what he be doing and his whole marketing strategy, and how he be connecting with his fans, and you know, I'm still inspired by Master P. I think the blueprint that he did is still relevant. How you can, get out here a little bit and do some different things. But I'm just inspired by the artists that you see, these mainstream artists, these people that you are seeing tearing up the venues, the Kendrick Lamar, the Drakes, and uh, obviously the industry has shifted at one point, and these guys weren't the heavy hitters. So every time it's like new people who keep coming through, and I'm just inspired by everybody that's been doing their thing, because I used to say like certain artists I wouldn't like or they was whack, but like you can't say that they whack when they didn't have more success, or they didn't have a hit record. So you have to change my mindset a little bit of what I said about artists, but I'm just inspired by everybody, doing their thing, because I know I can do it too. Then, I can do it too.
100%. No matter how much shade gets thrown at some people, you can't knock the hustle. Like Sexy Red is a perfect example. I like Sexy Red. I think she's dope, and I love the fact that she unapologetically is herself. A lot of people throw shade, they talk junk, but at the end of the day, she's more successful than them people. So, and what? And what?
Right, right. Absolutely,
Y'all
absolutely.
clock that. What do you think is the tactic, we'll say, that IL Boi uses? It
Oh my,
went dark on us. Well, he had a blackout over there, y'all.
I
He's
saw,
about to put.
I seen my computer was getting ready to die, so I was trying to
It's okay. It's okay.
charge it real
I'll
quick.
give you a second to get your light together.
That
He had a.
really killed this. My
No,
fault.
it's all good. But no, what I was saying was, what do you feel like works best for you in connecting with your fans? Because you mentioned earlier, it's really important to connect with your fan base, your supporters, your followers. Like, what do you do that works best for you to connect with your fans and followers? Is it stuff like this, or what is it?
I think it's a combination of doing all of these things: interviews, blogs, live performances, Facebook ads, drawing people to your website if you got it. That's why I said it's a number of things that you got to do. But I think I need to be doing all of those things that I just said to you to continue to raise my brand awareness.
100%, 100%. Another comment we got that came in, the market is wide open right now. It's a perfect time to drop. I feel like it's always a perfect time to drop, because
Absolutely, absolutely.
one thing that social media has taught us, what it really taught me, is there is literally an audience for everything.
Absolutely. And the world is so big. People, I come from a small town of 24,000 people, but it's a big world out there. There's a lot of people in this world. There's lots of people to connect with. So
100%. We could be doing the most off the wall weirdo something, and somebody's gonna like it. Somebody's gonna be tuned in for it.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Do you have like a personal quote that kind of runs through your mind that keeps you grounded, or maybe something that somebody's told you over the years that really keeps you grounded as an artist?
Oh, I like that you said that and you caught me off guard with it, so I'm glad I'm ready. But what I would say is I just use my little football reference. I just never got out of line. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in line and I waited my turn. Um, I've been playing football for 12 years. Obviously, I would like to win a lot more championships, would like to play in a lot more meaningful games, but it wasn't my time. It wasn't my opportunity. So I just kept sitting in line and waiting for my opportunity. And now this year was my opportunity. Same thing
Mm,
with music, you know. I didn't get the Madden opportunity. It was for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still in line and I'm still waiting for my turn. So
absolutely. And it will come because you're staying patient and you're staying down. Like you're not throwing in the towel. You have a full understanding that it takes time. This is not an overnight success type of business. Like it takes time.
absolutely. And that's why you hear people and you hear their journeys. Oh, it took me 10 years. It took me 15 years, you know, to reach my success. I think my mom was talking about the guy who created KFC. You know, I think he was in his 60s before his business finally took off and was
Yeah.
able to, you know, be meaningful. So you never know when you can strike gold.
Absolutely. There's no age limit on it. Like you said, he was in his 60s, and there's a lot of other famous people who were 40s and 50s before they started whatever it is that they're doing. I was in my 30s before I jumped into doing this, and I felt that was late in life until I hear about the stories of people saying, "Oh, I was in my 50s." Then I'm like, "Okay, I don't feel so bad." You can it's your journey, it's your path.
Most definitely. And one thing's for certain, if you give up and you quit, then, you know, we all know the results of that. So you just got to keep going.
Absolutely. And it could be that next day is when you make it and you don't quit today. Y'all
Yeah,
better stick with it.
yeah, most definitely.
So with everything that you have achieved, what's the moment in your career that you're most proud of?
Um, got a couple different little milestones. That's a good question. No, I gotta have one.
You can give me a couple.
Well, you
Pop your
know,
wish.
the DRT charts, charting.
Show us the
Um,
plaque one more time for anybody tuning in late. Come on now.
we got,
You don't put it away?
got a couple plaques in here now. So we got the baby mama. We got the baby mama charting, and this is definitely one of them right here. One of those. I'm gonna take it back to 2021 when I did my stream game between my Spotify and my SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? We did a half a meal of the Hate Me Now, Love Me Later. So, uh,
Yeah.
and I was probably performing in that Plies Festival, Plies, Twister, DJ Unk, Fabo,
R.I.P.
RIP to DJ Unk. But that was a big festival, man. That was a lot of and that was a lot of fun. And I definitely feel like I can fit in that lane and do more of those.
With you having done major festivals like that, receiving more than one plaque, does that put a slight amount of pressure on you to do it again?
I would say yes, just because I'm trying to continue a certain level, you know what I'm saying? And that comes with a certain level of making good music to get that type of recognition. So I definitely trying to stay at that level and keep making these type of songs that's, getting me recognition. So
Yes. I heard you say earlier on that you're an 80s baby. I'm a 70s baby, but the 80s had a big impact because, that's kind of when I was born in 74. I'm an OG, y'all. What era of music would you say has had the biggest impact on you, whether it's personally or musically?
oh man, I would just say growing up in the 80s, listening to, different things from the 80s all the way up into the mid 90s to 2000s, definitely been inspiring and, loving it. But I listen to R&B too. So, we listen to Computer Loves, Apple Riders, we listen to Mary J. Blige, Tracy Spencer, Tender Kisses. I'm gonna have to hit him with an old school and see if anybody knew that one. But just the whole genre of hip hop and R&B during that time, I feel like is the greatest time in my opinion, and it was just so much great music, and I just love that time. So I always get inspired when I can hear any of that old stuff. So
I could not agree more. Like there's something so special about that time, especially like you said with the R&B music. Do you think we'll ever circle back to that type of sound that was being produced, we'll say like in the 90s or early 2000s with there was a lot of guy groups out there, H-Town and Jodeci and the list goes on. Do you think we'll ever get back to, or you think that's long gone?
I think at some point we might get back to it. I feel like we always kind of reinvent the wheel, like different styles and clothes you didn't think was gonna come back in style and is back in style, and somebody probably reinvent the wheel again and try to bring it back. I just hope they can do it in a good manner that remind me. Like Ellie Mae, like some of her music, I love her music, and her music puts me in the '90s space, and it's well put together. I feel like every time she do it, so if artists can keep doing that and keep just giving us that feel, I'm with it because I love it.
Absolutely. Right, because I feel like a lot of the artists that were popular back then are still making music now. Like, for example, I follow H Town on Instagram and they're still putting music out. And last week or a week before, I had the opportunity to interview Jace For Real, who was the lead singer of Soul For Real. Candy Rain was one of their most popular songs. Yeah, and what a great interview, because that was 30 years ago when that song came out. He was a youngin' back then, and I love the fact that they're still putting music out today. Do you think that's going to be the same path for IL Boi? 20 years from now, you're going to still be putting music out?
Um, what I'm trying to do is I might have to jump in the lane, y'all. Give me a second here. I'm switching gears. Stuff was dying, but
It's
um,
okay.
I enjoy the process a little bit of what you got going on. I know I haven't dug deep into your profession, but I do like linking up with artists. I do like connecting them with resources. I do like creating content. So I feel like I might be one of those people, and somewhere deep down, I'd probably still be 100 years old putting out a rap song or something. But
They'll be like, look at Grandpa IL Boi.
yeah, Ill Boy still got it. So,
Well, before we get into the song, I do have one more question. It's actually, I want you to finish this sentence for me, okay? So when
okay.
I say the sentence and I pause, I need you to finish it. I don't rap like y'all because.
Man, I'm an '80s baby. Some I'm an '80s baby. Um, was that a good one?
That was a perfect one. That was the perfect answer. 100%. So make sure y'all go check out that project too.
Class, class.
Definitely. So I know we talked about the song a little bit earlier. I'm the best. For people who may tune in a little bit late, kind of give us a recap on this song before we check it out.
I'm the best is made by Tone Jones. It's just a dope like sample type of record. I feel like it's a sports type of record. It's a record that you can kind of just pop your shit and boast and brag a little bit, and I think you're gonna enjoy it.
Definitely. I know I have your Instagram scrolling across the bottom of the screen, but you can go ahead and tell them all your social platforms that you're active on that they can follow you currently.
Man, go to www.ilboy.com and subscribe. You know, subscribe.
And it's
Um,
boy with an I.
IL_BOI for IG. But Boy everywhere on all platforms. www.ilboy.com. Tap in with me, and yeah,
Definitely. IL Boi, who do you want to give thanks to for supporting you and loving you through your journey?
man, I want to give all blessings and glory to God. We on this journey. He's let me be on this journey, so thank you. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to my mother. Shout out to Tampa, man. Shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me and just been on this journey since 2019. Y'all know who you are.
Definitely. And thank you. Listen, I always look forward to the conversations I have with you because I already know that the energy is going to be immaculate. It's going to be beautiful. So I always look forward to this. Like it's always like a breath of fresh air because, you know, you're so dope. You're so talented. You're humble. You're easy to talk to. So shout out to you.
Man, thank you. You know, I gotta come back down there and get
Yeah.
some good eats down there in Atlanta. You know,
You got to come do a mic drop performance with me.
that's what I was just thinking about, the mic drop. I definitely got to get that one going for y'all. So
Yeah, we've definitely been doing quite a few of them, and people are loving it. Because I mean, that's another great way. You know, obviously, I'm not the innovator of that, but I got on board with it when I seen it became popular, and the artists love it because it's great content.
most definitely, we're gonna do it. We're gonna link up for sure.
100%. Absolutely. Again, everybody that took the time to chime in tonight, whether you're on Instagram, one of my 2 Facebook pages, Twitch, or YouTube. We're on multiple platforms. Definitely, we appreciate all of you guys that tuned in. Make sure you guys follow IL Boi, but we're about to get into his song. If you guys are rocking with it, drop those fire emojis. If you're not rocking with it, that's cool. You know, maybe give us some constructive criticism of what you think about the record. Either way, we want to hear whether you like the record or not.
Right on, right on.
So go ahead and introduce it, IL Boi. We'll check it out.
Hey, it's the big homie IL Boi, and this is my latest single, I'm the Best.
Y'all stay tuned for it.
I'm the best. 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 I'm the best.
Turn up, I'ma ignite the city with the flow. Elevate the stock, see my rise and I glow. Got the squad with me, we flexing on these foes. Ain't no half stepping, this a lyrical dojo. Spit fire bars like a chef in the blaze. Watch me flip the script, got them lost in the maze. Respect earned, not given, I don't play charades. Came from the trenches, now I'm surfing on the waves. A lot of suckers hating on me, but they ain't getting paid. I could never see myself doing that minimum wage. Break the shackles like a bird, out the cage. Seeking visions where dreams truly engage. Building empires, no longer her reluctant sage. Write destiny on my life, that's a vibrant page. Turn like a furnace, I'm ignite the stage. I'm a big dog, no pup, better respect the game.
I'm the best. 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 I'm the best.
Watch me flex like a gymnastic flow, twist of fate. Got these haters looking salty like they missing place. Trying to find a recipe, but they stuck in fate. I just separate from the snakes and the fakes. Keep my circle tight, ain't no space for the flakes. Haters throwing shade, but they lights out of whack. I'm the heat up in this game, they can't handle that. Watch me rise like the sun, and there's no cap. Yeah, they lurking like shadows, trying to get me trapped. But my hustle so relentless, ain't no time for that. Every step I take, yeah, I'm chasing green stacks. Got the heart of a lion, what you think about that? Facing fears with the courage, never looking back. Eating swag, I'm getting all the sex. A lot of pressure, yeah, I'm stepping in the gap. Yeah, I'm on your ass. ASAP.
I'm the best. 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 I'm the best.
Yo, that record's so hard, man. Like super, super dope. Shout out to my homie Flex A1 checking over there on Instagram. We see you. Shout out to you, homie. But let me ask you this. I'm the best. Where did that come from? What am I? Oh, I thought I was hearing like some kind of like white noise. Is it like a sample from something?
I'm not for sure where the producer sampled it. That would be, I guess, a good question for him. But I'm thinking it's a sample. And I just heard it and I liked it, and you know, I just gave him this money what he wanted for it. So
No, you did a phenomenal job with it. I think you nailed the vibe of the record itself, and you did that hook justice as well. So dope record. Is there going to be a video coming for it soon?
yeah, I'm trying to get a visual for it too. So yeah.
Y'all can stay tuned for it. Well, listen, bro, I know I kept you for a whole hour, but it's hard when I'm talking to you to sum it up in 30 minutes. You know, like we always have such a good conversation.
Most definitely. I always appreciate it. And be back as usual. Be back as usual.
100%. Anything else coming in the works down the pipeline that we did not talk about that the world needs to know about before we check out of here?
But yeah, man, like I said, I just won the championship. So I got a championship song for my team, and we're working on the video right now. So that's in the works, and new album probably in the works. Got a scissor record in the works. Actually, the scissor record is done. But we just need to get this visual out the way I want to. But that's a super dope record too, and just more music as usual. Just more music as usual, and a lot of it in the vault, and trying to get it out to you.
That's dope, man. SZA. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, that one's dope. I like that one.
That's crazy. Actually, I do have one more question for you because you've got records with a lot of big artists. Kind of run through some of the big artists that you've got features from.
Man, we got Planet Asia from the West Coast. We got Rick Ross. We got Boosie. We got Yukmouth. We got Ritz. We got Swifty from D12. Summer Walker. Chris Brown. Jadakiss. Jack Harlow. Kevin Gates. Shoot. Juicy J. Corrupt. Man, just so many records. Some of them I ain't put out yet with some of them artists, but some of them is out. But
you might need to make like a little note on your phone so you don't forget.
Right. But yeah, a lot of records with some big name artists, and I feel like all those records are dope too. So I got to go dig in that catalog.
Facts, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you. Congratulations on everything that you've been doing. I can't wait till our next conversation. Y'all make sure you follow IL Boi. This is my family right here. Most definitely. Another message. Lock me in on IG, the real BK Just. So yeah, definitely. One thing I could say about him is he tunes in and supports all of my interviews. He's so supportive. So yeah, definitely tap in with him. He's a dope artist as well. So tap in with him on Instagram.
Most definitely. Love. Thank you for tapping in.
100%. Well, y'all have a beautiful and blessed Wednesday night. Happy hump day. I've been working all day, so I'm about to go relax for a little bit. Y'all have a beautiful night.
All right, rest up.